Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media and we've got to get straight into it. Let's have a look at this. This was announced today by WWE. We had spoke about it previous, but a little bit controversial. The comments are quite interesting for this.
Curious your thoughts. You know, WrestleMania's in Vegas this year, Sunday night after the show gets done. It's still kind of early. People are going to want to go see something big. Got any ideas?
What if we do a roast?
Roast?
Who's ready for the best night of their lives?
The Roast of WrestleMania, featuring Tony Hinchcliffe and friends.
Nice shoes.
I could go off the rails in a really bad way. Let's do it.
The Roast of WrestleMania.
So there we go. It's been announced. The Roast of WrestleMania. It's going to happen after night 2 of WrestleMania on the Sunday, 10 p.m. local time, Pacific time. And that is, I think, a good idea. I could see me being at WrestleMania and then it's kind of like the party ends and you go, you know, hit the town or go back to your hotel. I could kind of understand, like, you know, you've just seen something hopefully exhilarating, something that's really, you know, I mean, you're not ready to go to bed. I kind of can understand wrestling fans wanting something else official to go to. I think there is an opportunity there. And so I think this makes sense to me that WWE would want something. I mean, like, do you know what? It didn't have to be this. If they'd have done like the WrestleMania after party, like a club night, that was going to have loads of wrestling theme songs playing. It was going to have like a few, maybe not the wrestlers, or maybe some like wrestlers that weren't on the show that day, or maybe like some NXT talent just kind of around, or I don't know, like some meet and greet opportunities, club night, alcohol, party, kind of the official after party. That would be cool. They could do something like that and sell tickets. But I think this is worth trying. But the controversy here is Tony Hinchcliffe, because he is the comedian that came out with that joke calling Puerto Rico a big pile of garbage, right? This was during the presidential campaign. And obviously a big backlash for that. So some people have not forgiven him for those comments. Some people are just like, this is a bad idea. They shouldn't be doing this. So the comments are actually really interesting. Lots of differing opinions. I'm down for seeing it, trying it. Hopefully it's going to be on YouTube or Netflix. I don't know that it will. It might be that they just want to keep whatever comments are made inside the room and not actually broadcast them out to like the whole world. So no information on that, but I do get a need for something after WrestleMania has ended. Right, Drew, eat shiz. I don't even know if that's a swear word or not, but it just all feels like swear words. So he posted a clip of him stomping onto the heads of Damian Priest and, you know, just furthering that feud. So very interesting post there by Drew. He's got it in like a Grand Theft Auto style with wasted popping up at the end. SlamX, Joe Gacy on Instagram just posting an image of the Wyatt Sicks, Horse the Band, the House of Boo. I think Horse the Band are responsible for that Crickets track as well that he's been tweeting out. So seems like he is very much into Horse the Band at the moment. So a little message there from Joe Gacy. Nikki Cross posting a picture of the Wyatt Sicks today as well, just 10 hours ago. So little way you go, shout out to you. So a little bit of movement there in regards to Wyatt Sicks activity online, but just coming from personal accounts. And you know me, I much rather see things coming out of the official Wyatt Sicks accounts. Brady, shout out to you. Yeah, Alexa's been removed from WWE World. So Fanatics saying, hi, Roger. Regrettably, Alexa Bliss is no longer attending. Please send a DM if you've got questions. That coming from Marissa. But she's explaining it all. But yeah, this is really interesting because why has Alexa been removed? And does that indicate there's a problem with her being around WrestleMania weekends? Is there an injury that's happened? You know, they can pick up injuries whilst training. We haven't heard anything along those lines. Those really would be conclusions that are being jumped to. It could just be that she's double booked. It could be that she's got to do a media thing and she's now no longer available for that time slot. But it is interesting that she now no longer is going to be able to attend WWE World for the meet and greet. Obviously not a good sign. So make of that of whatever you will. A little bit of a fan shout out to you. So here, look, Sports Keeda reporting, this coming from PW Insider, John Cena will be honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award during WrestleMania 41 week. Hold that, right? Hold that. Now we've got this from PW Insider as well. On Location is offering a special intimate meal with John Cena at 5-star restaurants during WrestleMania week. It's going to be $25,000 per person. You get to go and sit down, have an intimate meal with John Cena. I'd imagine chat away, and it would be $25,000 for the privilege, right? So, J Beans, shout out to you. Now, Sean Rossap, I'm told that the reports of John Cena receiving a Lifetime Achievement Awards during WrestleMania week are not true. The On Location lunch is accurate. So, according to Sean Rossap, that is correct. That is not. Right? So, there we go. That's the latest that I know about those. And that roast says it's going to be Tony Hinchcliffe and friends. Right? And Paul Heyman will be worth the price alone. I don't know if Paul Heyman is actually mentioned. Oh, here we go. It says, unforgettable night of laughs and huge surprises. Set to join Tony are WWE Superstars Sami Zayn, who's been doing some stand-up shows. The Miz, might explain why he was in that video. Braun Strowman and Paul Heyman and more. So Sami, Miz, Strowman, Heyman, and more will be involved. Heyman said, damn straight, I'll be worth the price of admission alone. I'm the GOAT. Tony Hinchcliffe must have cut a deal with God, goddesses, and devils to have me participate. Watch out. There's a wise man live in Sin City. So Heyman talking about being involved in that roast. Larry, shout out to you, bud. Appreciate the support. Here, Wrestle Purists, Tyler Bate will be on the Raw brand when he returns, and that could be any time. So the PW Insider reporting that. So I wonder if Gunther will do another open challenge, kind of like he did and brought out Axiom. I wonder if it's a way that we could actually bring back Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate and Gunther had a banger of a match in NXT UK. So, not impossible. Talking of someone that's going to be at the meet and greets, though, Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane said, this is my favourite time to meet and thank all my amazing fans directly. I can't wait. So, she's out injured at the moment, but she is going to be doing the meet and greets at WrestleMania World. I forgot the name of it then. WWE World. There we go. Right, Fightful, Jordyanne Grace with a Patrick Star reference. So this was kind of crazy because she was wearing those boots. We saw her get these the other day, and there she is. And apparently this is a reference to Patrick from SpongeBob. This is why she's wearing these colours, right? Because of this moment. I mean, I don't know SpongeBob enough to kind of get this reference. But there we go. This is why I think she was wearing the pink and the green shorts, because her boots are quite reminiscent of these kind of boots. And so I think she was channeling this right here. So there we go. And she would appear on the show wearing that as well. Shawn Michaels just sharing this clip of him with Stephanie, and there he is wearing Stephanie's horns. And there they are backstage posing away for photos. God, he's got such a great job, hasn't he? He's so won at life. Hasn't he just won at life? So there we go. And he does give them back. She had a great line on NXT today. She was like, this is going to be hard for me because English is not my first language. Wrestling is. Ah, what a great line. What a great line. Darkstate, we found out the name of these guys, and it is Darkstate. This is that group that have been attacking. So this was from the actual broadcast. We will get to it, but it is just worth mentioning that we found out their name. WWE posting this just an hour ago. When Darkstate strike, ain't nobody safe. Attention to everyone in the locker room. Darkstate are here to create chaos. For a time, we thought their name was Wild Dogs because that was mentioned by commentary a lot. But Darkstate is the name. Don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, but there we go. Johnny, thank you. Rave, thank you. Nails and NY, shout out to you. So just before NXT began, this, I believe, was recorded. And this must be some sort of like TikTok trend, because I don't think NXT would have made this up themselves. There's like a bit of music in the background, right? And it's all to do with Everybody Hates. And there we got Carmen. She kicks at the camera. There's Roxanne. There's Ariana Grace. And then here is Julia. She then headbutts the camera. We go over to Lash and Jakara. Camera then goes over there. Sol Ruca. Look at that. Pretty sick. There's Jada Parker. Boom. There's the Riz. The Riz. Into Jasmine. Into Ava. And the way that it transitions with the song that's playing and the way they're doing that sort of thing makes me think that this is maybe some sort of trend. There's Chelsea and the Hervice. And I haven't actually seen all of this video. So there's Izzy Dame. Boom, big boot. There is Zarya. Going into Stevie Turner. Going into Jacy Jayne. Going into Stephanie. And there we go. So the way that that transitions, and it's all about like these girls' eights, makes me think that that's probably a trend on TikTok at the moment. And that would be the NXT version. The chef cooks, but the women ate. So there we go. Now's then why shout out to you. Talking of NXT, let's go over to the NXT folders. Quite a bit on this week's show. We started with Chelsea and the Hervice. I was actually quite surprised the Hervice were here because they've all got to now fly back over to Europe. And so I thought they might only have had Chelsea come over to NXT rather than bring the Hervice over as well. But no, they brought all of them over. The Hervice were here. And the Hervice actually doing a bit of work. So Piper not allowing Chelsea to get in the ring. Slagent P not allowing Chelsea to get into the ring whilst Slagent A was checking over Mike Rome, checking over the referee, patting them down, making sure that everything was above boards. And then they allowed Chelsea to get into the ring. Booker T saluting mid-match. So I didn't notice this. But there, look, he's got his hands on his chest, right? Chelsea then salutes over and the camera cuts. So we don't actually see. So I don't know if he saluted back there. But there is a moment where he's standing up and he's got his hand on his chest, acknowledging Chelsea. Yeah, very fun. So that would be a win for Chelsea. A WWE name was missing from NXT. Corey Graves, of course. Corey is on the European tour. He's calling the action with Michael Cole. And so he was not on commentary on NXT. So Chelsea defeats Sol Ruca in our opening match to retain the Women's United States Championship thanks to a lot of outside interference from the secret Hervice. Then we had Javon confronting Trick. Trick did not have kind words for Javon. And then we had Lexis King come over. Javon punches Lexis. Rivalry loading ? Don't know. Lots of moving parts at the moment. There could be something that comes out of this. But later in the show, it would feel like Javon and Trick were maybe heading towards an encounter. Then we had Patrick coming out. We had Jordyanne Grace coming down, but she would get murked. So down there she is wearing those boots, but she would get laid out by Jada Parker. Jada Parker would get into the ring, confront Stephanie, and say that I'm next. So Jada Parker, Stephanie, for the NXT Women's Championship, that match has been made. But it does feel like Jordyanne Grace is kind of in the mix as well. So she got murked here. Right, Jordyanne Grace versus Stephanie is totally stand and deliver direction, said Crispy Wrestling. I think Jada Parker versus Stephanie happens before. So, yes, it is going to be Jada, Stephanie, I think, next week. And so I'd imagine Stephanie will win that. And then maybe this is where Jordyanne Grace steps in. And maybe this is what we're going to get at stand and deliver. Perhaps it will be Jordan against Stephanie there. It could be Jada versus Jordan, though. I mean, Jordan just got laid out by Jada, so I've got to think she's going to want revenge. Next match, we had Hank and Tank against Inamura and Briggs, and Inamura and Briggs picking up the victory. Then here, look, we had these two showing a moment of togetherness. Eddy Thorpe and Ridge Holland kind of on the same page. People wondering if that could lead to maybe some sort of tag team or something like that. Definitely has that vibe. Then we had our next match. It was a 6-person match. It was the D'Angelo family against the Culling. And whilst the match was happening, Darkstate, we didn't know that at the time, but that new group attacked Tony, who was backstage. So Darkstate attack him, which caused quite the distraction. It did mean that the Culling would go on to pick up the victory. Backstage, it is official. Stephanie's going to have 2 matches next week. So Jada Parker secured a match for the NXT Women's title. But while Stephanie was talking with Ava, Fallon Henley came in. And she was like, I've still not had my rematch. And Stephanie was like, if she wants to have a rematch, let her have her rematch. That was made for next week as well. Stephanie has got to have 2 matches. She's defending the one belt against Jada. She's defending the other belts against Fallon. Right, new Zarya merch dropped. So there we go, new merch. Zarya merch has finally arrived, said Jack. Then we went to our next match here. This was Carmen Petrovic against Jacy Jayne. And I don't know why, but during the match, we had this moment where Jacy kind of looks over to Ashante, and she was like blowing him a kiss and giving him all these little looks and everything. And Fade's like, Ashante is so real for not folding here. So Jacy really turning on the charm. And then as well as that, when she pinned Carmen, she kind of moved her head to the side, but she was looking out the ring towards Ashante again. The other thing that happened as well is Ashante tried to give Carmen a chair, like trying to get her to use the chair. She wouldn't use it. So quite a few things for them to need to have conversations about. And the reason why I say that is they were having conversations in the background of this Jada Parker promo, right? You can see they're arguing away, and she ends up walking off in the end, forget this, and goes off. So there are issues between Carmen and Ashante. I just don't know, was she upset at the fact that, like, Jacy was flirting, and perhaps Carmen's like, you didn't do a good enough job of, like, you know, turning her down? Or was she upset because the chair was kind of handed over to her and she doesn't want to win that way? I would think it was probably the chair thing, but the flirting from Jacy is very interesting as well. This was Jada just cutting a promo saying, I'm going to get that title next week from Stephanie, blah, 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 blah. Then we had Ricky Saints in his first singles match, picking up the win against Ridge Holland. So that was quite a big moment. This is where we got that group backstage. We found out their name being Darkstate. They said, like we found out in NXT, you got to earn your spot. That makes us sick. We don't sit on the sidelines. We're game changers. We're difference makers. We're restructuring. We're reshaping this place. And so it was all right. It was not bad. They were talking about, do we think we've made a big enough statement yet? And they decided they hadn't. So they went back inside to make one more statement, right? Then we would find out what's on the show next week. So if we go over to the full screen, we can have a look at the graphics for this. So we have got NXT Women's Championship match next week. It's going to be Stephanie defending against Jada Parker. Surely Jordyanne Grace is going to want to get at Jada Parker. but then people thinking Jordyanne Grace could be the one that faces Stephanie at Stand and Deliver. So lots of moving parts. Stephanie is also in action defending that North American Championship against Fallon Henley. Stephanie's going to have to worry about the rest of Fatal Influence during that match. And then also announced next week, we're going to get Javon against Lexis King. And this makes sense considering their backstage altercation, right? So we've got that match next week as well. The crowd went insane for this moment here. This is true, man. Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints, I keep getting his name mixed up, with a really fun line. Let's skip forwards.
One thing about Ricky Saints is that I always measure up in the right places.
One thing about Ricky Saints is I always measure up in the right places.
One thing about Ricky Saints is that I always measure up in the right places.
It was a good line, man. It was a really good line. So I don't quite know where this is going, where this is heading. This is the culling. And obviously they picked up a victory earlier against the D'Angelo family, but why are they sniffing around Ricky Saints? Is this going to be the start of something? Could this be what Ricky does at Stand and Deliver? Might he need to get some partners to deal with the culling? Right, then we went to our main event. This was an underground match, so no ropes. Lights were down low. Trick Williams versus Eddy Thorpe. Trick Williams would get the win. Then the lights would go out. Then Darkstate would make their way down. But before they could get to the ring, right, Trick would call out Oba because he wants his title back. Oba would come down. Javon would get in the ring. He would try to warn Trick, like, Darkstate are here, Darkstate are here. Trick was like, I'm not interested. I want my belt. And so he would, I think, push Javon away. Javon would then lay out Oba. I don't know if he was going for Trick, but he laid out Oba. Lots of moving parts here. I mean, it is quite complicated, but really it's just a big mess. You know, you got Darkstate that were kind of in the crowd waiting to attack. They didn't in the end because it was so much carnage and chaos anyway. They didn't need to, right? So, yeah, we've got Javon taking out Oba. Oba's not going to be happy about that. Trick didn't want to mess around with Darkstate because he was more interested in Oba. Then you've got all these people around the ring that eventually get in to try and separate everyone. Darkstate don't actually come down, but it just is chaos. So, look, Roman Reigns, SCN, said maybe Trick versus Oba versus Javon at Stand and Deliver. Maybe. There is an interesting thought doing the rounds, though. Rated R Superstar said they weren't attacking when Trick was in the ring. So the assumption can be made that Trick is suspect number one to be the leader. The only thing I'd say is, yeah, good comment. But we don't know that there is a leader. There could be. And if there is, I think some people are saying it could be Javon, but then it doesn't really make sense as to why he was attacked. Some people are thinking it could be Trick because they didn't attack when he was in the ring. Some people were thinking that it could turn out to be Ethan Page and that he might turn out to be the leader, but then he was attacked last week. So, I don't know, there's a few thoughts and theories that are kind of doing the rounds. There was even the thought that it could be Ava that's kind of, because there is a rumor that we're going to do something big with Ava going forwards. I think The Rock has kind of insisted upon it, actually. So, the belief is that she might not just be the GM, like she could get even more involved. And there was a good point made that she doesn't seem bothered by them. She's not like desperately trying to keep them out. She's not desperately searching for them. She's just carrying on as usual, which is a bit strange when you think that this group has caused such chaos and carnage. So there is even people thinking, is it Ava that's actually the secret leader? But again, I have to reiterate, we don't know that there is a secret leader. But there we go. That was NXT. It was all right, actually. I mean, it was obviously a big downgrade from last week, but last week was arguably the best NXT show I've ever seen. Then we had, let's see what Nathan Frazier was up to, shall we?
till I pass out. I'm a worship till I pass out.
So there we go. That's what he was up to. That was an hour ago. He said, I had the night off work, so I worshipped till I passed out. I don't really know what that means. I mean, I don't know if that's a religious thing or if it's a rap thing, and maybe there's an artist that has that as like a track. I don't know. But that's what he was up to whilst NXT was on. So there we go. That was NXT. Let's go to Raw because there's quite a few bits in the Raw folder. So Hudson, shout out to you. Bianca says, childish, someone please explain to her how a contract works. Or does someone else want to come out next week, sign a contract that doesn't have their name on it and make it a fatal four-way whilst we're at it? Stay out of my business. So that's Bianca's take on what went down on Raw. Spin, shout out to you, said slight notice, but did you see that they're still using the Canadian version of the logo? I didn't. I wonder if that was a botch. Obviously, we were over in Canada for Elimination Chamber. So I wonder if, like, apparently there's just like a bit of a maple leaf, is it, that's kind of on the logo there. I wonder if that was just a slight mistake and that should have been changed back to just a normal logo. It's a good spot, that is. It's a good spot. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if that does change or if they just keep it. And maybe this is his new logo, and that's where his awakening happens. That's where his new attitude kind of came to be, and I wonder if it stays because of that, or is it just a botch? But yeah, good spot, Spin. Fade, John Cena is basically saying he broke up with us. John posted this image. I believe this is when Rachel and Ross were kind of going through hard times, and I think they were on a break. They were on a break! Is that what we're on? I wonder if we're on a break with John and actually we could get back on the same page one day. That would be lovely. So there we go. That's what John posted. Lots of footage and images and little video clips of superstars putting their names onto this wall. Apparently, this venue, if you perform there, you get to like put your name on the wall. So there's Liv and Dom. We got Kathy doing it as well. She's spray painting her name. Kathy Kelly with a heart. There's Jey Uso writing a big yeet on the wall as well. So you kind of see that Liv and Dom just there, actually. So yeah, I don't know if it was everyone on the show that got to do it, but certainly I've seen quite a few that got to put their names on the wall. We got another one here, actually. Rhea Ripley taking a selfie. EST sucks shiz. So, Matt, if I was Bianca, I'd be livid. I'd be like, that's going to be there forever. that's going to be on that wall forever. That's what you spray painted. You couldn't just put Rhea Ripley. You had to write that. So, there we go. Cheeky. OTC, shout out to you. So, Kofi said not a single lie told by John, right? You people have been awful. So Kofi jumping onto that John Cena promo. Right, John Cena's promo from this past Raw is now the most viewed WWE segment of 2025 so far. Can't be more viewed than his heel turn. Surely. Can't be more viewed than his heel turn. John Cena's heel promo has crossed over 102 million views across WWE social platforms in less than 24 hours. That can't be true. You can't tell me that his promo was a bigger moment, more viewed social media moment than when he turned heel. I ain't buying that. Right, Daboomer25, shout out to you. So this is Iyo. And these are nice, man. I mean, there's lots of like graffitiing on the walls, pictures that people have been sharing, but it's just nice where they actually look around where they are. So this is Iyo in Brussels. So look at that. You just get a little flavour of what it's like being in Brussels. So looks nice, doesn't it? Looks nice. And there she is in front of that place. Very famous. We all know that place. Great. And you got to, ain't you? Hey, you got to. We all would. You got to get a waffle if you're over in Belgium. So looks nice as well. She looks thrilled with it. So Love that for her. Love that for her. So there we go. That was that. Oh, this is good, Larry. Shout out to you. So someone's just had a bit of fun with that sign, that fan sign that was on Raw. John Cena broke my son's heart, and they've changed the picture over to R-Truth. Melanie, this is interesting. So Prane User Sports, shout out to you. So let's have a little look at this. So here we've got Finn Balor like looking at Dominic with a snake emoji, and it was reposted by Liv Morgan. Why would Liv Morgan repost that? This one I didn't understand because nothing here seems different. But in the comments, apparently she used to have a picture of her with Dominic. She's now changed that to just her. So she no longer has a picture of her and Dominic. And I didn't understand this last one. I don't know what that one's about. I don't know if that's Dominic and Rhea both liking the same thing and we're making out maybe Dominic's moving away from Liv. I wouldn't say that's shown itself on the show, but I do think this is interesting. So that's interesting. That's interesting. The only thing I'd say, though, is that it says Liv Morgan has reposted. Would it say Liv Morgan or would it say, yeah, only Liv once? Could that be like a Liv Morgan fan account that's reposted? Could it be that repost is not by the actual Liv Morgan? Would it say Liv Morgan or would it say, yeah, only Liv once? I don't know. But there was enough there to make me go, okay, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Look, wait, what's going on? Did I miss something, says Melanie. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye. And I've only just noticed Prane User Sports profile picture. Love that. Love that for you. I love that for me as well. I love that for all of us. So, shout out to you, my friend. That was from today's NXT stream. Don't ask. It's a need-to-know basis. So, there we go. Shout out to you, buds. Right, Claire Webb. Looks like something went down backstage yesterday. Oh, savage.
I'm sure that training Maxxine is going to be a complete waste of your time, Maddie, because take it from me. No one in this business respected me, but what did I do? I shut them up and I made them. So here's some advice from someone who knows. Quit. Because you are no Liv Morgan, sweetie.
Why is she low-key becoming so entertaining? What's happened? How has Liv Morgan got so good at this so quickly? What's going on? What's going on? Heel Liv is just revolutionary. So there we go. We know that Natalia's still debating as to whether she should train Maxxine and if it'd be worth her time. And Liv's like, you'll waste your time. You'll waste your time. Maxxine is no Liv Morgan. So Claire, shout out to you. And look at this, the Cleveland Browns. It's always sign this guy, draft that guy, but it's never, how are you, admin? Yeah? Not one of you asked me how I feel. That has become a bit of a meme, actually. So, Carl, shout out to you, buds. I really like that. I really like that. So, that was just a little bit of a fallout from Raw. Let's go over to Fun, shall we? Because we've got a few bits in here. Those pictures. TJF1983, shout out to you. I think TJF tagged me in this as well. I've never seen this before. So this is apparently Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling album. And you needed a decoder to kind of put over the stickers to see what was actually happening. Like, weird, isn't it? I've never seen this before. So you had the decoder and you put it over and then it showed the stickers in color or showed you the image. It sucks, really. I'd much rather it was just a normal sticker book, but I think they've tried to make it like extra fun for the kids. But to be honest with you, I have never even seen this sticker album before. Didn't know it existed. I've never seen this. Complete your sticker album. There we go. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling sticker album. After purchasing your sticker album, carefully remove your magic decoder from the book by slowly tearing along the perforation. Notice that on the cardboard side of the Dakota, there is a flap which you can fold back, forming a handle. And then you can see it all, and it decodes it. It decodes secret messages. Solve the puzzles found on every page in the book. They've really tried to make it like appeal to kids. So yeah, there we go. Never didn't know that existed. Didn't know that was a thing. But that is Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling sticker book, and of course that used to be a cartoon in the 1980s. WWF Hulk Hogan cartoon. So really cool. Love that. Right, check this out. This is that is Dominic Mysterio and his sister. This is actually them, apparently. This is the slingshot in Orlando, right? And they're boom, up they go. She's look at that. She's not doing too well with it, right? Oh, he's doing really well though. He's doing really well. She's got her eyes firmly closed, screaming her head off. He's coping with it really, really well. I tell you what though, those things are really flipping tall. Those things are really, really flipping tall. I mean, you've got to have some guts to get on that thing, you know? It does not look great fun to me. They are really tall, and it shoots you up into the air. So not only do you go as high as the thing, I think you go past it, and then you like free fall down and like, ugh. I've never been on one. They look moody. I think he dealt with that like a champ. To be honest, she went on, so respect to her as well. So, Kimberly, thank you. This is great. I just like this. This is Liv meeting a young fan.
Jeremiah. This is so awesome. Can you do this yourself? Yes. So cool. Thank you. You are so talented. Thank you. What was your name? I'm Liv. So nice to meet you. Right there, right? Yeah. He's the best. He's the best, right? I'm so nervous. Do you wanna? Can we switch titles for our photo?
She's great, man. She's brilliant. Brilliant with the kids as well. This heel turn for her has just been... It's incredible. It is incredible. That's great. Images that were easily forgotten. So Santino has got that as a tattoo on his arm, and it's just perfectly positioned in front of the Miz. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. That's great. Look at that. That's great. Yeah, then Claire, shout out to you here. Look, we've got Jay getting some trainers from a fan. They're white, but they've got Yeats written on the sides in that kind of Waffle House style. And the Nike swoosh has been coloured in yellow, the same colour, the Waffle House yellow. So there we go. So, yeah, he's loving those. So, he's thrilled. There we go, Yeeks. So, they're really cool. He got those, given to those by a fan. Oh, this is great, right? Bro is not getting my number. So, apparently this person is getting harassed in DMs, yeah? So, I would arm wrestle a bear for your number, right? And he continues, I would fight 2009 Randy Orton for your number, right? So she's posted that Randy's seen it. Bro, really willing to risk it all for you. Bro is really willing to go quite far here. She's still like, he is not getting my number. But now that Randy has actually responded, come on. You'll never forget this moment now, will you? That's got to give this guy some bonus points. I wonder if he will get her number eventually. That was viewed by 5.4 million people. This only dropped 2 hours ago as well. That's crazy, isn't it? This is really getting some traction. Yeah, amazing. So Vintage T, shout out to you. Yeah, we're going to need to get some of the best Wyatt Sicks minds on this because Nikki Cross has tweeted. So a 2, then a K, then a 2, and a 5. So I don't know. Try and piece that together, if you will. I'm thinking it must be something to do with the Wyatt Sicks, their return. Perhaps they're coming back in 2025. Perhaps we've got to wait another 2 months. I don't know what the K is, but I know we're going to get the best minds on that. So that was another tweet today, just a couple of hours ago, from Nikki Cross. Then let's go to... There is no others. I was going to say there is no other. I was like, I'm sure there's other. There is other. Oh, yeah, here, Hudson Rain Wright, shout out to you. So, Raw is in Glasgow on the 24th. Joe Hendry is in Glasgow on the 24th doing like a disco thing. There's like a club night that goes around playing wrestling themes and having like wrestlers as guests. And it's in Glasgow, of course. It's going to be there because WWE are there. Joe Hendry is one of those guests. So he can appear on the show and then go to this event afterwards. So does this just increase the chances that Jey Uso's mystery partner is going to be Joe Hendry? I would think so. I would think so. Because he is in Glasgow at the exact same time. Right, maybe Karrion is setting up AJ to join Judgment Day. That would make Cross the ultimate manipulator. Wrestle Knight said, I like this. Could that be what Karrion ends up doing, getting AJ to join Judgment Day? Talking of Karrion, he's posted this, right? So Scarlett said, fun fact, this book ends right when we return to the main roster. So if you're looking for like inside scoops, grab your copy now. So Karrion's like, hello everyone, I'm ready to answer some questions that I'm getting. Everyone's been asking for autographed copies of my book. Well, you can actually get that now, right? If you click on this link. So autographed copies of his book are now available. Tomorrow we're announcing our city, date and theatre for the premiere of his new film. We've seen the trailer for that. For a month now, I've been in discussions of starting a podcast. I know a lot of you have asked me to start one. I was doing Health Hour 2 years ago. I'll be dropping episodes in the summer. He said, I recently co-wrote a song with the band Nowhere to Run as alternative theme music. I'll be dropping a teaser of that with a video to promote Chris Bay's benefit show, March 23rd. Without your support as fans, none of this would happen. I'll always continue to give you everything I've got. Thank you, as always. So, do you know, I didn't even know he had a book out. I didn't know his book was out. But, yeah, apparently it's out and you can get it and it's signed. And the link for it is here, Premiere Collectibles. So there we go. Quite a bit of an update there from Karrion Kross. Right, Game Changer Wrestling. Breaking news. GCW will present WWE ID Championship Tournament opening round matches, right? And there is a lot of people unhappy about this. People saying that GCW have sold out. I think a lot of people saw GCW as being like an anti-WWE, like an alternative to WWE, and now they're working with WWE. So there's a lot of people not happy. Julian said they're crying so hard in the comments. So, yeah, it seems like some of the GCW fans not thrilled at the fact that GCW is working now with WWE with this ID Championship Tournament. Right, that was that then. Let's go community. So, Wendy Lucho, shout out to you getting this Becky Lynch card, which is just one of 99. So, amazing. I couldn't have gotten a better superstar card too, said Wendy Lucho. So, congrats. At TJF, shout out to you getting a like and a repost from the Berserker. Love that. Fantastic. And here, Junkwax Obsessed said, my new Alexa Bliss cards. Look at that. It's been graded a 9.5 as well. Really high grades. So there we go. Look at that. Signed Alexa Bliss. That's quite the collection you've got there, buds. I can see another one up here that's been graded. And you've got your Funkos. That's fun, isn't it, with Lily? Don't know that I've seen that before. Lily here, look, Walmart exclusive. The card's up there. You can see Lily in the background. That's Ultimate Edition figure. Really great. I do like seeing people's like collections like that. Certainly if they're passionate about like one wrestler in particular and they've got a shelf dedicated, like that's really great. That's really great. So Junk Wax Obsessed, shout out to you, my friends. And I think that's everything for today's Unseen. Lots of stuff in there. So HQ Last Kicker, little bit of a fan, Kelly the Wise Lady, Prain User Sports, Phantom 67, Milo, Fly Music, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Big Bam, Claire Webb, Riley, Patrick Smith, It's Kaz 81, The Great One, Vic, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Real Wrestling Fan, Hudson Rain Wright, Babs the Barbarian, Raymond, Larry, and Wild Child Billy. Shout out to all of you. Really appreciate the support. Hope you enjoyed today's Unseen. We'll be back again tomorrow with our Evolve Watch Along, episode 3. We'll see if they can keep the momentum going. First 2 weeks, I think, have been really fun. So we'll see what they've got for us tomorrow. And then, of course, we'll have another Unseen for you after that. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Bye for now.